Thank you. It's been super easy, really. Fortunately, when I came in, they took care of setting me up with some nice travel on Sunday morning, and was there for the game, and had from Sunday to Monday's super late night game, had a lot of time to kind of get settled in. So ever since then, been feeling good, and then the off day yesterday, so just caught up and ready to go now.
Sure. Considering the situation, you were throwing the ball well in Kansas City. I would imagine you're suspecting a trade might happen. Were the Padres one of the team that was sort of on the radar for you as a possible landing spot?
Yeah, a little bit. Looking around the league at teams a few weeks ago, and noticing, just a little bit of the injury bug over here, and then obviously how good the team had been playing. It seemed like it might be a possibility. So obviously, never know for sure, and I'm not, not a GM, but yeah, it was something that I kind of noticed.
And what was that first impression when you found out it was indeed the Padres? And did it sort of resonate on you at all that you were the first really add-on move that they had made in quite a few years?
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize, all of that, and as much of their history over the past however many years. But like I said, just seeing how well the team was playing, and and just how I had been playing this year, and the opportunity that it was going to have for me to pitch in some meaningful games and help a team out. I'm super excited, still super excited about it, and even more excited now probably getting to be around these guys and see how much fun they're having every day.
And then after that, you see the avalanche of activity following your move. I mean, what are you thinking as you're seeing all this evolve? Like, holy smokes, they're really going for it. What's your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't understand like a lot of the GM type stuff and evaluating players, but obviously they're just AJ's trying to do everything he can to make this team as competitive as possible, for now, and I'm sure for the years to come. So it's exciting. I think everybody kind of has that same feeling, like, okay, like let's go, like this is gonna be a good run that we're gonna have the next few weeks, and then I'm sure exciting times for the fans for this year, and for the next few years to come.
Last one for me. Your performance this year, obviously last year didn't go as you had wanted to, but you're coming off the Tommy John surgery. What's been the biggest difference this year? Is a lot of it just a year more removed from that?
Yeah, it's a little bit of that, getting the confidence back, obviously. And then, I felt like there were some, physical, mechanical type changes that I was able to really, work on over the off season, things that I wasn't necessarily able to do during the season last year. But, just kind of break down to ground zero, get back, what I've been comfortable with, get back to my normal routine. And it's all been paying off this year. So, yeah, couldn't be happier.
Thanks, Trev. Good to have you on board.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Annie Halpern.
Hey, Trevor, are you familiar with anyone on the team, and what are your early thoughts of this bullpen so far and the guys in there?
Yeah, we have, a few Cardinal guys here that I had in St. Louis. Fam, Garcia, Skip on the staff. So there's some guys that have familiar faces, which is nice, and then other guys that I've played against or met. So obviously I don't know guys really well, get to know them, but the bullpen's been awesome. It's been fun to watch these guys come out. I mean, I didn't realize, everybody on this team throws like 100 miles an hour. So it's pretty cool to sit back and watch those guys go out and show their stuff. But yeah, I think it's a good group, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
And then you've had to acquaint on different teams before, but this seems like a different situation where you're coming at the trade deadline and the team is in a playoff push. And, how do you kind of accelerate that process, I guess, of feeling comfortable and getting to know guys and just feeling acclimated?
Yeah, I think, the first thing you have to do is just, kind of, remember what you were doing, throughout the year, and just kind of stick to your routine, and, take the new faces in as you can, and try and get acclimated as much as possible. But at the end of the day, we're here to play baseball. They want me to go out and throw the ball well. So I just got to show up every day and, keep doing, what I've been doing, and what landed this opportunity. So I think that's, for me, just the most important thing.
Are you looking forward to being in San Diego, like just the city itself?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's, ever not excited to go to San Diego. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a very cool experience. And unfortunately, with everything going on without the fans, yeah. I know how excited I've gotten to feel the Padre fan presence on Twitter. So I know how excited they are about this year, and I wish they could be in the stadium, but hopefully soon.
Yeah, a lot of opinions on Mexican food there. Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you.
Next up, Jeff Sanders.
Hey, Trevor, I was curious, how'd you spend your off day yesterday? Was it a chance to just kind of exhale finally?
Yeah, no, it was a good day. Got out a little bit, walked around, just tried to enjoy the sunshine and the nice weather, and try to get a little bit of somewhat of like a workout in my room just to keep my body feeling good. But other than that, just catching up with some family and friends and letting them know what was going on, where I was at, and then get rested up for this little run that we have. I think 15 games coming up, so just get ready for that.
Have you had many conversations about how you expect to work in that bullpen? I mean, I know Pomerantz has been a late inning guy. I mean, does it matter to you, 8th, 9th, 7th inning?
Yeah, I got to talk to Ting a little bit when I first got the news, and the plan was, late in the game, and I'm hoping to help solidify that 9th inning role. That's what I'm comfortable with. That's where I like to be. But at the end of the day, we got a lot of talented guys out there, so it's all about winning games. And I think we're just going to keep pushing each other to put up zeros and help this offense keep those leads that they're giving us.
Cool, thank you.
Trevor, you were in the postseason your first 4 seasons and haven't been back since. I mean, how much does that make you aspire to get back there even more? And I guess what kind of experience, what does that experience that you have mean to a young group of guys, do you think?
Yeah, the postseason, I mean, I definitely got spoiled. It felt like those first few years, it was just part of the process. You play the regular season, then you go to the postseason, and then it kind of stinks when the reality of it and you don't make it, and you realize that it's more of a luxury than you realize. So definitely excited to get back. There's nothing better than playoff baseball, man. It's so fun. It's such a good time. The games are so cool, and I think this year, even with the new format, it's going to be just as exciting, if not more exciting. Especially that first set of series. Those 3-game series are going to be intense. But yeah, just try and do whatever I can to help anybody else, especially on the bullpen. But I think these guys are confident in their abilities, and I don't think it's going to be too much of an adjustment. Just keep going out there. This team's so fun. Everybody's so excited to play and show up every day. So just keep riding that wave.
Hey, Trevor, welcome to San Diego. Obviously, you have the playoff experience, but you're going from a last-place team to in the middle of a season to now a team that's contending for a playoff spot. How, if at all, does your approach and your mentality to pitching more important games change with the change in the middle of the season?
Yeah, I think it would be a little bit more different if we would have had a longer season. But with the way this year has played out with such a short season, really even in Kansas City, they still might not be out of it. I mean, who knows? So the approach there, especially for me in my role, I was coming in games that we were winning or had a chance to win. So my approach, I think, is not going to be too much different. Just going out there and trying, pitch in tight games where, a win's on the line. And even at that point in Kansas City, every win or loss had a big impact in the standings. And it's the same thing here. So unfortunately, however you want to view it with 2020, I think, I'm still going to be able to, continue to have that same mindset.
Thanks, Trevor. Welcome to the Padres.
Thank you.
Next we'll go to Dennis Lynn.
Hey, Trevor, what was it like being part of the shutout at Coors Field of all places in your very first Padres game?
Yeah, especially with how many runs were scored, in that series on our side. That's something that you're used to seeing. But it's just a huge testament, I think, to the staff that's here. Like I said, I had no idea that all the talented arms that they had. It's pretty cool to see, a lefty coming out of the pen in a long relief throwing 98 and just throwing up zeros one after the other. So it's a special team, man, and it's definitely something to be excited about. I'm excited about it.
And then what are your impressions so far of Austin Nola and Jason Castro? They're being thrown in like you, and they have to learn probably 14, 15 new pitchers. What do you think so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think I met Nola when we shook hands right after the game. We got the last out. I was like, hey, Trevor, nice to meet you. But I think they're here for a reason, and the fact that AJ would have the confidence to bring in a whole new catching staff in the middle of a season or, during a season like this. I don't think that, that's a mistake. I think they, did their homework, and these guys are going to do just fine. And from, my short experience so far, these guys know what they're doing, and they do their homework, and they're caught up, they're ready to go and hit the ground running.